Splatoon 3 is the third game in the Splatoon series, as you may have guessed, and it doesn't look very good in my opinion. Now, to preface this, I like Splatoon a lot. It is one of 2 Nintendo games I've ever bought amiibos for, so make of that what you will, and I have played an ungodly amount of Splatoon 2 multiplayer. So, in the February 2021 Direct, which was mostly a pretty bad Direct, the Splatoon 3 announcement was very much a good spot. I was excited to see where this game was going. I liked the new aesthetic. I liked the look of the new weapons and stuff. But it kind of just looked like more Splatoon. I figured at some point down the line, there'd be some big new feature specific to this game. You know, to really sell the game to us and make us want to jump over to it. I figured for now, this is a promising looking game, let's wait to see what else Nintendo have to say about it. And there just never was. As more and more of this game has come out, it's just progressively looked more and more like Splatoon 2, but of an Apocalypse reskin, maybe some quality of life features, and a $60 price tag. Whenever I see this game, the first question that always comes to my mind is, what about this warranted an entirely new game release? A lot of the stuff in this game is stuff that could have just been brought to Splatoon 2 with content updates. For example, nameplates are a cool feature. I really like this idea. I'm excited to customize them, but I don't know what about these warranted a whole new game. Like, are you telling me in a gaming industry where Fortnite is constantly changing its map, where Halo 5 had God knows how many new weapons added, where Splatoon 2 itself had a whole bunch of content added to it, and Mario Kart 8 is currently getting about 40 new courses, that they couldn't add nameplates to Splatoon 2. Even the post-apocalyptic aesthetic, which I praised earlier, shouldn't have warranted a new game. Again, look at Fortnite, which is constantly changing its aesthetic. And even then, the Apocalypse aesthetic honestly feels like an afterthought. In April of this year, Nintendo released an extended gameplay video of Splatoon 3's Turf War mode, which in case you don't know, is the basic Splatoon mode. And this just looks the exact same as Splatoon 2. The only kind of visual or gameplay difference I can really see here is the colors of the ink on the ground. Other than that, this looks like the exact same game, maybe give or take a few new weapons. That being said, this ink shooting spider is really cool. Also, the post-game lobby screen is a bit better, I guess. The presentation's slightly better and you have medals now, which is cool. But again, is this worth a full game price tag? This game looks like it's packing some solid quality of life features, but I'm really not sure if some solid quality of life features are worth the asking price of an entirely new game. I also don't know if those quality of life features are worth dividing the Splatoon player base on Switch between 2 different game releases. In fairness, however, Splatoon 3 also has a new single player campaign to offer its players, which is good and all for those who play the campaign. Regardless of what you think of Splatoon's single-player campaigns, they have never been the primary focus of Splatoon. The majority of people who pick up a Splatoon game are not getting it to play the single-player mode. They're playing it to play multiplayer. Splatoon's primary selling point as a franchise has always been its multiplayer mode. So while having a new single-player campaign is good, I, again, don't know if this warrants me buying a new game. What I think Splatoon 3 really needs is a new breakout multiplayer mode. Take the Halo series, for example. Halo 3, the sequel to Halo 2, introduced Forge to the game, which allowed people to build their own levels. Halo Reach, which was the sequel to 3, introduced Firefight, a PvE mode which allowed people to fight enemies with their friends. Halo 4 introduced Spartanauts, which was basically a multiplayer campaign, and Halo 5 introduced Warzone, which was basically a player versus enemy mode. Now, were all of these modes hits? No. But they did give each game a selling point that made it different from the previous game in terms of its multiplayer. And if these modes didn't tickle your fancy, well, the old modes were all still there anyways. Splatoon 3 doesn't really have that big selling point for me yet. They haven't really shown off anything that's made me think, right, I need to spend another £50 on a Splatoon game for the Switch. And given that as of the day of making this video, August 2nd, we are about just over a month away from this game releasing, I don't think we are getting that big selling point. With this game's hype cycle, it really just feels like I'm completely missing out on something that everyone already knows about and it's just me who doesn't know. Like there's some awesome new multiplayer mode or something everyone's talking about that I'm just completely ignorant to. Coming from someone who had a really great time with Splatoon 2's multiplayer, I really don't see the hype for Splatoon 3. What do you think though? Be sure to let me know in the comments down below if you agree or disagree, and be sure to let me know why. If you like this video, be sure to leave a like on it, and if you like gaming videos like this, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon. Thank you so much for watching this quick video everyone, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye for now.